Hi, in this unit we're going to talk about polygons and circles. So we're going to start out with some simple definitions of polygons today, and then we're going to do some constructions. So if you don't have your compass and your straight edge, make sure you get that now. So just pause the video, go get your compass and your straight edge because you're going to need it in a couple minutes. So let's start with an intro to polygons. Our definition says that a polygon is a simple closed shape made up of line segments. In the past, I've always taught that polygons are three or more sides closed. So that's another way of looking at it. Three or more sides closed. Okay, the second, a regular polygon. Well, a regular polygon is all sides and all angles are congruent. Okay, the fact that you have all the sides of your polygon and all the angles congruent, that makes it regular. Now, some names, some different names. Well, we name our polygons by the number of sides. So we know that 3 sides is a triangle and quadrilateral for 4, and you can read the rest, but you should really be familiar with those different names. All right, that's very, very important. All right, if we get past 12, then we just call it n-gon. So that's important to know. All right. Next, what we want to do is we want to label the sides and the vertices of the polygon. Well, this, again, is just taking us back, and it's just a review. We know that the sides of the polygon, especially for a triangle, are here in yellow. Those are our sides. So we're going to label them. And then our vertices are where those sides meet, all right, the point where they meet. So let's label those. All right, so that's my vertex, my vertices. That's a vertex, vertex, and vertex. Notice that the number of vertices is the same as the number of sides. I think that's important to know. So the number of vertices, or the vertex, equals the number of sides. All right. Now, next we're on our figure, we're going to label the interior and exterior of the polygon. So if I have someone come to my house, an interior decorator, that person's going to be looking to decorate or change the inside of my house. All right, so the inside, interior. So that is going to be here, interior. And then exterior, if I have someone come to my house, an exterior decorator, exit, outside, is someone who's going to concentrate on the outside of the figure or my house. So this is the exterior, and this is the interior. All right, interior, out, inside, exterior, outside. Inscribed polygons. Okay, inscribed polygons are when each of the vertices are on the circle. So let's write that down. So each of the vertices are on the circle. Well, what does that look like? Let's get a circle. Down. So if I have a circle here, I have my points. All right, those points are vertices. And then I'm going to have my polygon. So that triangle is inscribed in the circle, and that's important. So let's write that. So the triangle is inscribed in the circle. All right. Or the circle circumscribes the triangle. And that's something that's a little different for us. The circle circumscribes the triangle. All right. Now that word circumscribes, that means to draw around. I'm going to make that neater. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that down, let's make sure that you have your compass and your straight edge as we're going to move on to some constructions. Okay, so our first construction is using a compass and a straight edge, construct a regular hexagon inscribed in a circle, or in the circle O. O is our center point. And a regular hexagon, just clarifying, is all the sides are congruent sides and angles, and they're going to be 6 congruent sides and 6 congruent angles. Now, this is a construction that we've done before. So if you remember when we did this in class, one time we used a flower. So if you want to use a flower, you go right ahead. So you draw your flower and then you connect the points, the petal where the petals meet. All right, you absolutely can do that or use that construction. But I'm going to use the one where we just measure from the center out to a point on the circle. So I'm going to do that now. And remember, with these constructions, especially at this point of the year, we want to be as precise as possible. So we want to make sure we're getting the correct measurement as much as possible. So this is going to take me a little time here. If you want to go ahead, if you're ahead of me, you go right ahead. So I get my measurement out to the edge. And then what I'm going to do is from that point, I'm going to go around and make, it should be 6 marks congruent along the circle. So as I said, you're there at home and you are quicker than me, you go right ahead. But be precise. And if you, for these constructions, I love, first of all, I love them. They're fun. But if you make a mistake, go back. I'm going to make this one far out. Make sure you get the top part. Yeah. Oh, I just missed a little bit. All right, so I missed a little bit on the back. Yours should match up. All right, now, because this is very difficult to do on this screen. Okay, now, what you want to do after you make your marks is you want to connect those with your straight edge, all right, where right on the circle, just as I'm doing. Those become vertices of your hexagon. Good. All right. So again, your mark should be right at the point where you started at. Mine is a little off, but let's make sure yours is right on. But that's how you're going to construct a hexagon, a regular hexagon inscribed in a circle. Okay. Okay, our second construction is using the compass and straight edge. We're going to construct an equilateral triangle inscribed in the circle, or in circle O. All right, now, so what I did for time's sake is I went ahead and I started this one because the start of it is the same as the previous construction, meaning that what you do is you pick a point on the circle, measure out from the center, and go around and make your 6 even, which should be even marks around the circle, the same way we did the hexagon. All right, and once you do that, you see here I did this on one try. All right, once that's done, what you're going to do is you're going to pick every other construction mark. So if I go around, that's one. I'm going to skip one, and then I'm going to skip, and that's going to be my equilateral triangle. And just remembering, of course, equilateral triangle is a regular polygon because the sides are congruent and so are the angles. So once that's done, then I'm going to use my straight edge and I'm going to connect those points. And this is one we've done before in class also. And that's my equilateral triangle, which I think is pretty neat. All right, one more construction. Okay, the last one is we're going to use a compass and a straight edge to construct a square inscribed in circle O. Now, this one a lot of people like because it involves the perpendicular bisector. But the first thing we're going to do, our first step, is we're going to use our straight edge and we're going to draw a line right through the center of the circle. Diameter. Okay? So once we have our diameter, what we're going to do is we're going to take our compass and we're going to construct a perpendicular bisector to that diameter. Remember, it has to be more than halfway. And guess what I did? Of course, you saw that I was right at the center, so I moved it out because for our perpendicular bisector, we need to be more than halfway on both sides. So we're going to swing. And I know you guys all remember this. All right, so that's from one side. We're going to go back to the other side. Card construction mark. Okay, and then what we're going to do with our straight edge, because we don't have our bisector yet, I'm going to draw a line through those 2 points. Now, of course, all your construction marks have to be shown. This is a construction. There we go. All right, great. So once that's done, then all we have to do is connect the points that are on the circle. So our last job is to connect the points on the circle. And we get our square. That one I don't know if we've done before, but it's pretty neat. So make sure you practice that one. All right, now what we want to do, as always, some key ideas. There are definitely some key ideas there. I'm sorry this video was a little long, but the constructions take time. And then let's make sure that we practice with the check your understanding. And then we'll go over the material tomorrow. If you have any questions, please write them down. And remember, go Cats, go Knight.